Why did the praying mantis wait so long before fighting? Not every survivor is the strongest. Some wait. Some hide. Some adapt. And some change the entire way they move through the world. The film begins with a small caterpillar covered in bright colors and defensive spines. It does not need to chase every threat. Its protection allows it to focus on the simple work of staying alive. Nature often teaches that peace requires a boundary. A life that cannot protect its center may spend all its energy reacting to danger. Then a strange insect appears with transparent wings. It reminds us that the world contains forms we have never imagined. What we have not seen is not the same as what does not exist. Two mantises face each other. For a long time, neither attacks. They watch. They measure distance. They read posture and intention. To an impatient observer, nothing is happening. But the most important work is happening in silence. When the fight finally begins, it is brief. A long period of attention is followed by a short period of action. This is one of nature's oldest lessons: clarity before movement, awareness before conflict, and preparation before risk. A grasshopper remains still and then disappears in a sudden leap. Its silence was not weakness. It was stored energy. A moth vanishes into the bark of a tree. Most viewers cannot see it until it flies away. The moth survives by becoming part of its environment. There are moments when visibility is valuable. There are also moments when quiet protection is wiser. Pause for a moment. Which lesson speaks to you most? Waiting? Camouflage? Adaptation? Or the courage to change direction? Tell us in the comments. Noxus wisdom listens to nature for lessons that human life often forgets. The later creatures continue the same story. One moves with calm dignity. Another eats with complete concentration. When danger arrives, it reacts without hesitation. Attention is a form of strength. Knowing what matters and knowing when to leave can protect a life better than constant aggression. At the end, an ant moves through the leaves. It looks ordinary. Then it opens its wings and flies. We thought ants only walked. Nature quietly corrects us. A creature can belong to the ground for most of its life and still carry the ability to enter the sky. Human beings also live inside fixed ideas. We decide what we are, what we can do, and how far we are allowed to go. But a hidden capacity may remain unused until the right season arrives. The ant does not reject the ground. Walking prepared it for the moment of flight. This is why waiting is not always delay. Hiding is not always fear. Stillness is not always weakness. And a familiar life may contain an unfamiliar future. Every creature in the forest chose a different way to survive. Nature did not demand one method from all of them. The mantis observed. The moth disappeared. The grasshopper leaped. The caterpillar defended itself. The ant flew. The deeper wisdom is simple: survival is not becoming the same as everyone else. It is discovering the strength that belongs to your own life. Nature teaches quietly. This is Noxus wisdom. There is another lesson beneath these different survival methods. Every creature accepts a limit. The caterpillar cannot become the fastest animal in the forest. The moth cannot overpower every predator. The grasshopper cannot remain in the air forever. The mantis cannot attack without risk. Yet none of them wastes its life trying to become everything. Each one develops a relationship with its own limitation. A limit can become a boundary that shapes intelligence. Because the moth cannot win through strength, it becomes difficult to see. Because the grasshopper cannot fight every threat, it learns to leave quickly. Because the mantis can be injured, it studies the opponent before moving. Human beings often suffer because we treat every limitation as a personal failure. We compare our speed with someone else's speed, our visibility with someone else's attention, and our season of preparation with someone else's moment of flight. Nature offers a gentler standard. Do not ask whether you possess every advantage. Ask whether you understand the advantage that is already yours. Wisdom begins when comparison ends and attention returns to the life directly in front of us. There is also wisdom in the relationship between these creatures and their environment. The moth survives because the tree exists. The ant flies because the forest gives it a place to begin. The caterpillar grows because a leaf becomes food. No life survives alone. Individual strength matters, but connection matters as well. Human life also depends on invisible support: people who taught us, places that protected us, time that allowed us to recover, and communities that made another beginning possible. Gratitude is not separate from survival. It is the ability to recognize the conditions that keep life moving. The forest does not promise that every creature will be safe. It does show that life continually responds, adjusts, and finds another form. Wait when movement would be wasteful. Hide when exposure would destroy what is still fragile. Leap when the old position becomes dangerous. Fly when a new season makes flight possible. The quiet forest is not empty. It is full of unfinished possibilities. Perhaps the same is true of your life.